Romans chapter 7, verse 14. It seems like Paul is saying there is sin here, even though he just told us he took it away. But it is not that Paul says there is sin. It is that this is a body that as it was sold to sin, your spirit was freed, but your body still is. Hypothetically speaking, Paul is refreshing your memory with what he says right here. Take a look at what he says, verse 14, 7:14 from the book of Romans. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For what I am doing, I do not understand. For what I will to do, that I do not practice. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do what I will not to do, I agree with the law that it is good. In other words, the law is right to say you are guilty. The problem is that since Christ paid the law can no longer do that. But he talks more or less about how one functioned when serving the law. Verse 17 says, but now it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, see how he divides flesh from spirit. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, nothing good dwells, for to will is present with me. But how to perform what is good I do not find. For the good that I will to do, I do not do, but the evil I will not to do, that I practice. Now if I do what I will not to do, it is no longer I who do it, but sin that dwells in me. He is placing the blame on a law that is embedded within your members. Satan fixed it for you in Eden. Adam injected you. And Christ came and removed the effects separating your spirit from your flesh. And then he cast out the sinful carnal body from his presence so that you do not feel guilty, because you are no longer supposed to feel guilty. But it is not that you do not do bad things. You may commit actions that are wrong, but you are not supposed to fall into guilt, but instead you should deal with them and learn from them. That is what God calls him. The one he takes as a son, he disciplines. Discipline doesn't mean God is angry with you. Discipline means that God is giving you education. Who is educating you, dealing with you in this body of death you have, and he educates you with patience, with the patience of Christ. He deals with you. Some take longer for one thing, others take less for others. Look, things used to happen to me that no longer happen to me. Why? Because I considered them carnal weaknesses, situations I no longer pray for. I do not have to confess anything because there is no appetite anymore. The thing is that when I let go of one appetite, another appears. And always. Why do you think that Pablo said, hey Lord, I have asked you 3 separate times to please take this thing away from me? No, love, I don't take that from humans, but I take it from you. The total, if I make you perfect in flesh, you reveal yourself to me just like Adam. This means that a human being is never going to be completely free from the things that annoy them. So you must find a way to try and catch the guabina. Find something for it. Or hook it and leave it in the water so it stays alive with the hook in. In fact, that is what the gospel is. A firm anchor for the soul. You took the bait, and now look. Paul said, I am trapped in these chains, blessed. Hello.